Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, Apurva.
On behalf of City University, I welcome Dr. Seema Ghanghas, who is author, researcher, educator, certified master trainer, master assessor, and pro life educator. Ma'am is working with Belghotia University, Noida, and having vast experience running corporate training programs and workshops. He has also worked on numerous consulting projects for reputable companies in the fields of organization development, talent management, and policy making. Today, ma'am is going to deliver the session on problem solution fit. Ma'am, over to you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Apurva. Thank you so much. I hope the session which I'm going to conduct for the students today will be fruitful for them and they can go for a good startup after this session. And one more humble request to all the students, whenever you feel any doubt or any question, just let me know. I'll clarify there only. Just raise your hand and just let me know about that. So just starting the session. Okay, so our session is based on achieving the problem solution fit and the product market fit. As you know, these days, every youth, just because of after COVID, I mean, this was the trend that everyone wanted to have his or her own business because we saw that people were fired due to COVID and a lot of, negativity related to the job were there in the market. So the specifically the youth came into picture that yes, we should go with the startups. We should have our own business instead of working with any MNC or with any organization. But unfortunately, they were not able to succeed in that particular field. There were a number of reasons because again, they were not having that kind of market knowledge because they have not done the analysis in a right way. So our today's session is totally based upon that how you can find out the market fit and according to the market demand, how you need to make a good product, what problems can be there and what solutions can be there. Okay, so I have used one terminology here, the lean startup. So the lean startup is basically a terminology or a methodology where we reduce the time period of setting up a business, the time period of developing a product. There is a complete cycle of new product development and launching into the market. Okay, so in that way, we are trying to reduce the time of this particular starting up of the business and delivering the product into the market and getting a success, of course. So I have used 10 steps into that. So we'll cover every step one by one. So the first of all thing, as per the researchers, 9 out of 10 startups fail. Is this a right statement? No. The startups didn't fail. Instead, the products failed. Reason being, they were not the product which were required by the customers. They were not the product which was demanded by the market. And after this failure, 60% drastically changed their original plans. For example, if I have a mindset to capture the market, or I have a tendency, or I have a mindset that yes, I want to sell this product, say at 100 rupees. After the failure, I just reduce the prices. Or I just focused that I don't want to be into this particular product. I should launch something else. So the 60% changed their original plans. Because of that, they were into the market. They switched to the plan B. Now, into this case, what should we do? What shall we do into this particular case if we find that yes, our product or our startup is failing in the market? So in that way, what we have to do, not a better plan A, but a path to a plan that works before running out of the resources. We should do that. A plan that works into the product fit and the market fit. We should go for a product which is as per the market requirement. So we are using this term again and again, the product or the market fit. So what exactly it is? There are the few, authors who have said very beautiful statements about this particular thing. So as per the Mark Anderson, the customers are buying the product just as fast you can make it. Or usage is growing just as fast as you can add servers. It means I have highlighted the bullet points over here. For example, the customers are buying the product just as fast as you can make it. It means just in the COVID time period also, you have seen that the customers were purchasing the sanitizers, the mask, the PPE kit, but they were not able to get it. Once PPE kit was there, customers started purchasing is. Mask was there, N95 mask was there. After that, a certain different kind of variety of mask was there. So whatever you were able to produce in the market, the customers were buying that. Okay, first of all, you need to find out when the customer want to buy it. Accordingly, you have to produce in the market. Second one is, once the usage is growing, you can see that when the number of customers for your specific product is increasing, you have to increase the production likewise only. Again, it will be having a negative impact as well. If the customer usage is increasing, but you are not able to deliver, again, you will have a negative, publicity into the market that, oh, this company is not able to fulfill my demand, right? Second one is, as per Eric Rice, if you have to ask whether you have product or market fit, the answer is very simple. You don't. If you are failing, it means you do not have that product which the customers need. So into that, what we have to do, we have to work systematically. We have to go step by step. So what should be the agenda? Our agenda is based upon three things. The first is the problem or the solution fit. Second is the early traction. The third one is the product or the market fit. The first thing is problem or the solution fit is, do I have a problem worth solving? First of all, the product which you are going into the market or the product which you are offering into the market, you have to ask a question to yourself that, do exactly there is a problem related to this product, whether there are enough competitors in market or not. So you have to ask a question to yourself that, do I have a problem worth solving? Maybe this is not a area where I need to put up my focus. You have to identify that what is the current problem in market. Accordingly, you have to find out a solution for that. Once you identify, okay, this is a problem and this need to be resolved as soon as possible. The customers are facing a problem related to this and I have to give a solution to this. Once you identify it, after that, what we have to do, we have to make a plan and we have to document that plan. We are talking about the plan A, for example, we do have. So it should not be the verbally, or it should not be in just my, mindset. I need a proper documentation for that. I need to plan that everything into a written way. Then is, we are saying that the smart people, they can rationalize anything, but the entrepreneurs are specially gifted at this. It means normal people. If I say, okay, I want to start a business, I can easily identify what is the problem. But the people who have the entrepreneur's mindset, they are gifted by that kind of sense. They easily come up with that idea. For example, if we take an example of Ola, we take example of Uber, we take example of Oyo. Okay, we take example of Zomato, Swiggy, okay, Zepto. So what are these? These are the entrepreneurs who have that kind of mindset that this is the problem. We have to give a solution of this. These days, people are running out of time. They do not have time. So in that way, the companies are coming in with such a solution that yes, you will get a delivery of your product just in 10 minutes, just in 3 minutes, just in 5 minutes. So what is that? That is the problem they have identified. And they have that mindset of entrepreneurs, right? So now we were saying that we have to document our business plan. There are two things. One is the business plan. Second one is your business model. So if we talk about the business model versus the business plan, the thing is, business plan is a document where the investors make you write that they do not even read. This is the guys, this is the 100% truth. Whatever plan you are making, whatever you are writing into a, in theoretical part, if I talk about into a business plan, more if we are covering related to the theory, the investors do not have much time to read each and every line, whatever you have written in your business plan. Better it is, make a business model. Represent your each data, each fact with the help of a single diagram so that the investor can just win in one glance, can see, oh, this is the problem, these are the probable solutions, and I am going to pick up this solution, and this will be the cost involved into that, and this is the revenue which I am going to get. This is the strategy, how I am going to capture the market, right? So there should be a proper single diagram where you are including each and every small or each and every bigger aspect of your business plan. Okay, moving towards the next slide. That is the problem. Into your business model, there should be specific things mentioned. One side, the product, second, on the second parameter, the market. Into the product, we have to find out the problem. Top three problems related to the product: whether the product is not available in the market. Second, the product is available in the market, but they do not have the right quality. Third, maybe the product is available of a good quality, but not at a competitive price. The customers are not ready to pay that kind of amount. So this can be the problem. There can be n number of problems related to that product. Okay, then the solution. What solutions you can give? There should be the three top features related to the solutions. Then the unique value propositions. It is a mixture of the product and the market segment, both. There should be a single, clear, compelling message that states why you are different and worth paying attention. It means that this is the focus area where your investors should focus upon your idea, that why they should go with your idea. This should be a attention seeker statement in front of the investors. Okay, then it cannot be easily copied or bought. Whatever idea you are having, it should not be the copied one, right? And after that, if we talk about the segments, definitely you have to mention that who will be your target customers, whether you are capturing the upper segment of the market or you are capturing the middle class or the lower middle class. Then the key metrics. What will be the key metrics? Key activities you have measured till now and where your focus will be. Maybe you are focusing upon the market capturing. Maybe you are focusing upon customer satisfaction. Maybe you are focusing upon the digital marketing. So what are the key metrics, or what will be the important activities which you have measured till now? Then the channels, path to the customers. It means through which channels the customers can reach to your respective product. Again, whether you are going to sell the product with the help of any distributor, or the product will be directly available on your website, or you are going to launch any kind of application, or you are going to open up a store for the selling of your product. So what will be the different channels which you are going to use? And it should be totally based upon the type of the product. For example, if we say okay, the electronics products are there, the electronic products are definitely are brought from the distributors instead of the online shopping. If we talk about the groceries, again, it is better to purchase from the store, but these days online grocery is also very much into picture, as the retailers are offering huge discounts on that. Again, it's a competitive strategy over there. So you have to identify that what will be the channels through which a customer can reach to your respective product. Then the cost structure. Yes, definitely you have to tell about the cost and a comparative analysis of cost and revenue. Definitely the investor is going to check this point very, very seriously, that what will be the cost involved into this, and against that invested cost, how much revenue they are going to get. Into the cost, you can focus upon the customer acquisition cost, that if you want to acquire a good market, so what cost is involved into that you can go for the marketing cost, you can go for the promotional cost. Third can be the event cost. Fourth can be the social media or the print media cost. Then is the distribution cost. It means if you are distributing the pamphlets, so what will be the cost of that sales team, of that marketing team? If you are putting the hoardings over there in the market about your launch of any new product, or if you are adding certain kind of features into your product, so that kind of cost should be involved into that distribution cost. Then is the hosting. If you are hosting any kind of domain, or if you are hosting any kind of event, or if you are hosting any kind of product launch, so what is the cost involved into that? People, definitely, if you are going to recruit people for your organization, because again, you can't work in isolation, you need certain kind of manpower for your organization. So you have to check all the cost involved in 4 parameters. Against that, you have to tell them about the revenue model, that what is the revenue model, how you are going to, and what will be your break even point, and in what time, maybe 3 months, maybe 4 months, maybe 1 year, maybe 2 year. What is the time frame you can say ki this is the break even point? Now whatever I have invested, I have received that kind of money. Now whatever it will be purely or genuinely my profit. You have to tell this statement to the investor, so that they can prepare their mind accordingly ki yes, I to have to invest for next 6 months, or maybe for 7 months. After that, I am going to get the profits. But again, every business do not start giving revenue from the very first day. It takes time. So for that, we need to have patience also. Then is the lifetime value of this particular business model, that what will be the time, or the time lag of this particular business, for how much long it is going to sustain into the market. Maybe this product can sustain into the market for the next 2 years because you do not find any competitors into this. Maybe it can sustain into market for 5 years, maybe for 10 years. So you have to tell them the lifetime value of this particular business model also. Then what will be the total revenue and how much gross margin will be there upon the cost. All these parameters you have to tell to your investors. Then is the key partners. Into this diagram, you can see that there is a key partner, key activities, value proposition, customer relationship, customer segment, key resources, channels, cost, and the revenue streams. Instead of all these things, we should focus upon the problem. The key partners, we have to identify this as a problem. Key activities, what key activities we are going to do? That is the solution of your problem. Value proposition will remain same. Into these relationships, the unfair advantages which you are going to get into the market, that you have to focus upon. Into the key resources, we have to talk about the analytics, we have to talk about the metrics, and what kind of metrics we are going to develop so that we can have maximum revenue and we can reach on the break-even point on time. The second step into this particular process will be formulate an implementation strategy. Now we have decided that this is plan A. We have documented our plan. Moving towards, we have to implement that plan and we have to make a strategy related to that. There should be strategy related to all these three things: the product, the strategy, and the vision. The strategy will be for the product, but based upon the vision of your organization. Whatever vision, for example, I have a vision of customer satisfaction. So my strategy will be customer oriented. My advertisement should be customer oriented. Most of the advertisement you have seen, for example, this Chavan Prash or certain kind of product where they reflect as a family. You know, they reflect, they bring the old people into that yes, it is boosting up your stamina. If we talk about any insurance kind of advertisement, so into that insurance kind of advertisement, they correlate it with the emotions of the family. If someone died maybe or something bad happens to the family, so if they are insured, they are not going to face any kind of problem. So you have to check what is the vision of your organization. Accordingly, you have to make the strategy to launch that particular product. Next, a very good example, Facebook won on strategy, not the vision. What was the strategy of Facebook? Can anyone tell me? Why Facebook came into picture and why they are earning a lot of business? I'll tell you. They played a role of connecting people. It was their strategy that we are providing a platform where the people can find their friends, then chit chat with their relatives. The person, who were your childhood friends, now you are busy in your life, still you are not able to contact them, you can find your friends over the Facebook. They connected it with your emotions. They didn't reflected, in fact, in front of anyone that we are into a business model. They just provided a platform. We are providing you opportunity to interact to each other. This was the emotion related thing. And that's why they were successful. Once they failed the Orkut plan. But yes, now these days, Insta is there into picture, but still the platform which is available on Facebook, that is not available on Insta. So they are playing with the strategy, not with the business. Moving toward the third step into the 10th one. The third one is hone in on early adopters first. Into this diagram, you can see your early adopters define your business model. How soon you are adopting the market. That is the important thing. First of all, you have to identify the customer segment, the very important perspective of your business model. You have to identify who will be the target customers. Accordingly to the target customer, you have to identify your problem. You have to identify your cost structure. You have to develop your revenue streams. Solution will be defined accordingly. So first of all, you have to adopt the market. What is the market criteria? How you are going to identify your target customers? That should be done at the very first step. After that, if you talk about why the startups do not go well, what is the reason behind that? The reason behind that is this is a curve model which is reflecting your business. Innovators, we are here. Once we are starting any business, so we are at the innovator position. The second one is the early adopters. Once we are capturing the markets, we should try to enter from the innovators. Definitely, we are inventing something. We are starting our business, so we are keeping ourselves on the innovator zone. And you should be trying to enter here. But what most of the people want, they want the revenues from the very first day. Here they fails. What they do, but you are overly concerned about being here. Directly, they try to get lot of business from the very first day. Is it practically possible? No, practically it's not possible. You have to wait. You have to adopt the market first of all. After that, you have to identify your role and the what is the problem and how to resolve that problem. Early majority, late majority, the laggards. So instead of being into the second zone, you should be into the early adapters. Then only you will be able to successful in the market. And then is build an MVP. MVP is your minimum viable product. It is the smallest solution that delivers the customer value. And after that, the bonuses and the captures customer value. If you are providing this kind of solution, it means the minimum viable product, if you are offering to the customer, definitely your customers are going to value you for this idea. Second into this is into the agenda. First was the problem or the solution fit we have already discussed. Now the second agenda is early traction. Early traction means how I build something people want. Once you have identified that who will be the target customer and what is their need. Now the second question comes, how should I build something which is required by the people, which is required or wanted by my customers? For that, what you can do, you can establish a standard measure of progress. You have to identify, you have to, again, as per their plan, slowly and steadily, we are going to progress in the market instead of just jumping into the larger scale. For example, there is a demand of 200 products in the market and you have launched 1 lakh product into the market. Quite obvious, it will be a big failure. Reason being, you are not taking small steps in your progress. Progress doesn't come with a one night. It takes time because you have to analyze a lot of things simultaneously. Once you have done that, deliver value before the growth. Definitely, you have to make certain value. You have to add on certain value to the customer's life. Then only you will be able to grow. Reason being, you are adding value to the customers. They are going to accept your products. They are going to accept your product. They will refer it. They will repurchase it. Again, naturally, they are building a market for you. And if market growth, if they are building a market for you, it means you are growing into the business. What else you want? This was the only solution of our problem. We wanted a growth and our customers are giving, but for that we have to deliver value to them. Then sixth step into this will be the terrain before the product or the market fit is riddled with the qualitative learning. Why we are using the term qualitative learning? Because we have to work on the data over here. We have to fetch data that how much customers are satisfied from my product, how much vendors are satisfied from my product, whether my product is fulfilling all the demands in the market or not. We have to play with the data over here. We should not go with the random feedback of market. There should be a proper data and analyzed data and a verified data over there. Sorry. You do not need lots of users to learn, just a few good customers. A very good statement that you need not to have a bigger segment who is purchasing maybe once in a year, maybe twice in a year, or just they are the random users of product. Instead of that, you want good customers who purchase your product regularly, who gives you a genuine feedback and a regular feedback to you so that you can make changes in your product accordingly. Then we have to develop a value matrix. We are talking about the values that we have to deliver certain kind of value. So what is that value? So there is a matrix I have developed for that, and there is the first of all acquisition. We have to find out into acquisition, how do users find you, that how you are going to acquire the customers, where the customer are going to find you, on the online portal or into the market. And then the activation, do users have a great first impression about your product? If they have a great first experience, it means they are going to come back to you. Then is you are going to find out the retention strategy, whether you have retained it or your customers or not. If you're into this, you have to answer the question, do the users come back? If they are coming back to you, it means you have retained the customer. If they are not coming back, it means your retention ratio is very poor and you need to work upon that. Your retention strategies need to be very good. Into the revenue, how do you make money? How much money you have made out of your products? And into the referral, do the users tell others? And one, how they are going to refer you once they are satisfied from your product, and how they will be satisfied once you are adding value to their purchasing, once you are delivering value products to them, then only they will be retaining also, and they will be referring also. Then the third one is the product fit or the market fit. How do I scale? How I am going to make a good market for my product? Into this, you have to identify your engine of growth. It means you have to find out that how you are going to grow into the market, how you are going to capture the market. A startup can focus on only one metric at one point of time. So you have to decide what that is and ignore the rest. First of all, your focus should be upon one point: launching a product, getting a good customer feedback. That's it. Rest, revenue, big market capturing, crores business, a number of things, analysis of competitors, being the market lead, everything, just ignore everything. At one point, why we are saying later on, at the lateral stage, definitely you have to come with a lot of metrics. Reason being, you want to be the leader of the market. But if it is a startup and we are at an initial stage, then definitely we have to focus only and only upon one metric. What's stopping? Once you have done it, once you have become successful, then what, who and what is stopping your business from growing 10x multiplied by 10? You can earn as much as revenues you want to earn, but for that you need to make a place into the market. Once you have to provide that opportunity to the customers to accept your product by delivering them a value product. Then the growth metrics, you have to develop one metrics which we were discussing in the previous slide, that is the growth metrics. The first acquisition may, how do the users find out? Again, you can go for the paid promotions. You can give certain kind of coupons to them so that they come back. You can offer free coupons to them also so that they can again come back to your organization. Okay. Then we have to focus upon the retention also, that it should be the sticky one. It means the customer need to be with you only. Instead of, going to your competitors, they should be with you only. That's often just going viral. All these days, people, they are posting everything on LinkedIn, on Insta, on FB, putting the hashtags for that. And that is what they are going viral. They want to capture the complete market. They want that everyone should talk about us only. These days, if we talk about, if we discuss one example of, automobile industry, into automobile industry, everyone into the market, they're talking about these vehicles, electric vehicles. Into the last, Expo Mart also, most of the companies, they are bringing up a lot of options for the, middle segment also, for the upper segment also. They have launched very good automobile, cars for these electric vehicles with a very genuine prices. And they are, why it is happening? Because everyone is talking about that only, right? And if you're delivering that, definitely they are going to refer it to you. They are going to tell it to the others also. And by the word of mouth, by the social media, by the digital marketing, you are going to capture good amount of customers. You are going to capture the huge market over there. Moving towards the eighth step into this, measure everything as a goal, because you cannot step in the same river twice. You have to identify the same thing at one point of time, one task. We have to build a continuous feedback loop with the customers for rapid hypothesis generation. Yes, why we are saying that a continuous feedback loop with the customer should be there. Reason being, they are the person who are using your product. They are the person who are going to give you, a genuine feedback. Whatever they want, they let you know, okay, add certain features in your product, then only we are going to buy it. Because they are your, loyal customers. They want to be with you, but with the additional things. For that, they are giving you feedback. And the feedback should be a continuous, getting the feedback should be a continuous process. Reason being, whenever they fail, okay, no, this is not the product, we can't use it anymore. For example, initially there was a 3G mobile phones, then the 4G mobile phones, then the 5G mobile phones are into the picture these days. They're very trendy, right? So how the companies came to know that what the customer is wanting, just with the help of the continuous feedback loop. Okay. And the 10th step into this is breakthrough insights are usually the hidden within the failed experiments. And again, one more important statement is given here. A power not grounded in learning is a disguised. See what sticks strategy. You have to identify which was the most popular strategy used by the company, where you got maximum positive response from the customers. From that, you can easily analyze the customer's mindset, that what is going or what is happening into the customer's mind. Accordingly, you can prepare your strategies likewise. This is the diagram. The one side on the one parameter on one horizontal side, and there is one is revenue and second one is the time. Once the time is increasing, definitely we are going to get the revenues. As you can see that there was no, up and downs in the initial stages. You have to identify what happens here. Why we are not getting any revenue? There is a straight line, there is a straight curve, and after that, once the time is passage, as the time passes, the curve is going rapidly in the fast direction up towards upward. So you have to identify what happens here. What are the reasons why we are not getting revenues from the starting? And how you can come to know, once we have discussed all the 10 steps into the previous slides, you have to go through all these 10 steps, then only you can easily identify what went wrong, what was positive. Because of that, we are going to get very good revenues. And into last, there is no such thing as a failed experiment, only unexpected outcomes. How we say, okay, this was a, this is a failure idea. This idea didn't work upon that. This was no failed experiment, but it resulted into something which we didn't expect. So we can say your startup do not fail. Just only the unexpected outcomes come, which you have not analyzed, which you were not expecting. For example, you say, I made a very trendy product and I had done the analysis, but how my experiment failed? Your experiment didn't fail, but the outcome was like that. You have done the analysis, but you have not done the analysis in a proper way. You have not identified your target customers by a proper methodology. For that, you need to rework on that. So whatever thing is done, it does not fail. We just get unexpected outcomes. And how you can avoid from this? By using all the 10 steps which I have discussed right now in the previous slides. Okay. So any questions out of these slides? If anyone has any question related to this, so you may go ahead. Any student? In any of the slide, if you have any kind of doubt, so you can just go ahead and you can ask. I'm just waiting for next 2 minutes. I think no one has certain kind of issue or any query related to any topic or any statement out of this. Yeah, Apurva, I think no one has any question or any doubt related to all these things.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the wonderful session.
my pleasure, my pleasure. Thank you.
I request IT team to please share the word of appreciation.